queen from beginning to end. I don't need you to lose for me to win. I am that fire, that magic, that bold, that man your soul within. I got money from checks I cash. I got talent. This shit gon' last. I be grinding with shit, dear sons and daughters. Tell y'all go hush now, like blue ivy garden. I'm the thing to tell yourself. I'm good for your health. I'm good for your wealth. I'm the thing to tell yourself. I'm your mama. I'm your sister. I'm your auntie. I'm your daughter. I am beauty. Show no ugly. Follow me. I'll take you back. I am the light in the night. I'm giving you life. Yes, I ride for my bloodline.
Hey,
I am a queen.
ooh. She was like, let's go again. Not today, Jesus. I hope everybody is in fact magically delicious, blessed, and highly flavored. How y'all doing? All my ugly, beautiful people out there, my ugly beauties. And look, don't judge me, y'all, but I swear I'm that person that's like, hey, my beautiful flowers. And I know you're wondering why. Hey, because April showers brings all the flowers. Did I say that? And I did. Funny in my head, for real, seriously. In real life, maybe not so much. Anywho, today is an amazing day. We are talking to a woman who has survived motherhood at the age of 13. Now, it's funny because when you think she survived motherhood, like that's the thing. Like, oh my God, she was like, no, she was not under some bridge, y'all. Okay. Motherhood is hard. I don't have any kids. You know why? Because motherhood is what? Hard. So can you imagine having a child at 13? Some of y'all can't imagine having a child at 25, let alone 42. Okay. Motherhood is hard. And to have a child at the tender age of 13 is hard. It's a lot. And we are going to talk about her journey. But let's get into the fact that not only is she a mother, honey, but she's a real estate agent and killing the game. Okay. And she's also a designer. Honey, I can't wait until you all hear about what she does in design. I'm telling you, this woman is absolutely blessed on purpose. Okay. And some of you all are going to want to use her for what you're working on. Okay. So I just want you all to get into all of this amazingness. You hear what I'm saying? But before I introduce you all, can we pay some bills? I'm just asking for a friend. Can we?
This ain't your everyday ugly. Listen, it's a lifestyle, a movement, and a brand. Get your ugly gear at aprilsampay.com. That's aprilsampay.com. Ugly. Understand God loves you.
Understand God loves you, honey. Listen, are you all ready to meet my girl and now yours, Miss Shavette Dotson? Hey, doll baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Are you magically delicious, blessed, and highly flavored?
As you should be.
Listen, first of all, I want you to tell the people who you are and where you came from. Where you from?
I am Shavette Dotson. I am from everywhere, military brat. So we've been a little bit of places, a little bit of Texas, a little bit of Georgia, North Carolina, New York, Germany, Colorado.
You know what I like about how you just did that? You were saying all the cute little states, and then you're like, yeah, Germany. Honey, lived all over the world.
Internationally known.
Okay, say it louder for the people in the back. I absolutely love it. So, real quick, before we get into your survival of motherhood, because I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. Anybody that has children. So, in fact, for all of you who are watching, throw a heart if you're a mother, and then throw a heart for all of the mothers out there. Just put a heart, just heart us up, because motherhood is in fact very hard, and I can't say it's hard, it's challenging. You know what I mean? There's a challenge every day. Just because you are grateful for the life that you've been living as it relates to your children does not mean that it's easy. Just because you love your kids does not make it easy. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. But I want to talk about real estate. So you work in real estate.
I do.
So are you a listing agent? Are you a buyer's agent? What side are you on?
I'm an everybody's agent. You want to list, you want to buy land, houses. We can try out some commercial. Let's do it. We doing it all.
Okay, I love it. Come through. She's like, listen, I can do it all. So not only is she a mom, and look, and has been since the tender age of 13, but she can also list your house, help you find your house. If you want to invest, she knows some people. It's her.
Mm-hmm.
Now talk about the design work, because we're going to go into that a little bit later, but I still want to know exactly what does it mean that you're a designer.
So I actually have my own business called Our Planet Party and Event Plannings. And so I've done a couple of well-known baby showers and birthday parties and grand openings for some peoples that y'all see in the magazines and stuff on the social medias, peoples that y'all know, but
Oh, so you work with the celebrities.
With the hobnobbers.
Anyone that I may know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So wait, are you able to tell me who? Okay. Okay. So we got NDAs, ladies and gentlemen. So that means that if you're working with the people that are watching, you can also sign an NDA for them and get into. Okay, listen, I'm all for it. We will get all the way to it. Amen. So I want to talk about you surviving motherhood. Okay. Surviving at the tender age of 13. What I want to know is when you first found out that you were pregnant, I want to know what was the first thing that went on in your head?
I literally can remember sitting on the toilet with the test on the counter. Wait, I got to give you the backdrop. So I'm one of those teenagers that's on the phone from the time I got off the bus to the time I went to bed. To the time I was supposed to be in the bed, but we on the phone and got the phone under the pillow so mama can't see the light type thing, right? So I wasn't on the phone at all. My mom came in that room and she said, "You've been sleeping and you gaining a little weight." I went from like a size 0 to a 1, so that's a big move. So I'm like, okay. And she said, "Are you having sex?" I said, "Girl, ain't nobody having sex. What are you talking about?" And she says, "I think you having sex and I think you pregnant." And I said, "All right, I had a little bit of sex, but I ain't pregnant." I'm not pregnant, honey.
A little bit of sex. Okay, come on, a little bit of sex.
And so she said, "I think you're pregnant because you've just been sleeping and you've been gaining weight. And I'm going to the PX in the morning to get a pregnancy test." And I said, "Okay, well, go get your pregnancy test. That's fine." So she leaves out the room and I'm trying to go back to sleep. About 30 minutes later, my mom comes back in the room. "Come take this pregnancy test." I said, "Okay." I got up. I'm confident. "Baby, we gonna take this pregnancy test." And I went to the bathroom, and no sooner than we got it activated, it was activated. Positive. I got ready to hand it to her like, "Ha, told you." And it was positive. So I think I sat there for about an hour or two, like leg numb, sitting there. My mom was crying and crying and crying. And I think I was just in too much shock to cry. Like, wait a minute, I can make a baby. First of all, I didn't even know I could make a baby. Wait, there's a baby in there. So I was shocked. That's what I was. I didn't know what to think or make of it. Just, it's a baby.
I'm hearing all of this, and the funny part about that, and it's not funny, but the funny part about it is,
let's laugh.
I know some 35-year-olds who have had experiences along the same lines, and I'm just like, oh. And so to hear it when you were 13.
I still had Barbies.
You said what?
I still had Barbies.
And okay, so I wanted to talk about that. Now, you said that your mom cried.
Cried.
So who else in your family who else was a part of your family during this time? Was it you and your mom?
It was my mom and my grandma, R.I.P. Stella, and my sister and brother.
Okay.
And then my mom had a best friend. And so she was a pretty intricate part of our life at that point. So that was the first person that she called. She called her and she came over and they cried some more.
So everyone cried.
Everyone cried.
Did you receive any support from
Absolutely.
So walk me through that. What type of support while you were pregnant did you receive?
The support was my mom and her friend. That was my support system. It was very telling of people being pregnant at 13 because we were active in the church. And so you think that that's where you would get some of your support and backing from, but we didn't get any of that from there. I actually got sat down off of all of the auxiliaries. I didn't get to go to Sunday school anymore. I couldn't sing in the children's choir anymore. They didn't let me do any of those things. And then I was in a youth group. And I was actually slated to be in a play with that youth group. But because I was now pregnant, she would not let me be in the play anymore, which was kind of funny to me because one of the characters in the play was a teen mom, because the play was about all of the houses and your environment and the different lives and walks of people. But I guess it was just too real. Like, it's okay to talk about it, but it's too real when the girl on stage is not wearing a pillow or a blanket. It's literally her own growing flesh and belly.
It's frustrating. That's a little frustrating because, to your point, this is supposed to be your support system. These are the people that you're supposed to go to for guidance because, okay, we make mistakes. Now, hold on, wait. I don't know if anybody else who's watching song, we fall down and we get up. Right? That's right? Okay. Look, all of y'all churchgoers. I'm right?
Amen.
It's always funny to see how when we fall, when we're just a little bit older, how we're shunned as opposed to guided. And right. I think things might have been a little bit easier for you if they worked with you as opposed to working against you. Right. But looking at where you are today, I don't think that was anything that hurt you at all. However, it's, I think that people who are watching right now, take this, right? Take this and run with it. If you have a situation like this, or if your child has had a situation like this, don't push them away. Don't make them feel worse than they probably already feel, because so much in their lives have to change.
Yes.
and that leads me to my next question. Talk to me about the change. How was it going out with your friends? Now, I want to know how it was going out with your friends while you're pregnant, and I also want to know how it was once you had your baby.
Going out with friends while pregnant, I did a little bit of hanging out. I can remember distinctively going to, I actually lived here in Augusta when I was pregnant with my oldest, and we were going to a party. We stayed out in Butler Manor. What was the name of that neighborhood? It's a neighborhood across the street from Butler Manor. But we had to go over a creek in order to get to the party. So they're walking on this piece of tree that has fallen across the creek. And I'm like balancing me in the baby belly, trying to get to a party. So I still hung out a little bit. But it was once it got to showing real good that the parents started feeling like, not so much. I don't know if you need to be hanging out with that girl. Then there's the perception of, oh, she just fast because why is she pregnant? And so I actually ended up with no friends by the time the baby had come, and it was just me and her.
So when she came, and I wanted to pause. I wanted to ask a question about that. But when she came, how was that experience?
Long.
Well, I guess it's still going on now because
long.
She's still here.
She's still here. 22 years of here. She's still
My
here.
goodness.
It was
That you like 22 years, child. You don't look like you're more than 22 years old. But anyway, I digress.
that's that melanin. That's that melanin. It was weird. Like, you know, I have younger siblings and there was other kids and babies, cousins and whatever, but this one's mine. Like, it belongs to me. It goes with me everywhere. It stays here every day. I'm sorry, Mar, calling you an it. She goes with me everywhere. She stays with me every day. Like, so it was different to, like, you're really responsible for the baby.
So you had to grow up pretty quickly, obviously.
Yes.
Now, I wanted to go back a little bit where you talked about people looked at you as if you were fast. Did anyone ever look at your child's father the same way?
Absolutely not. They never get looked at the same way. They're guys. They just doing their thing.
How old was he?
He was 2 years older, so around 15, 16. We're like 2.5 or so years apart.
Okay. So did nobody looked at him sideways? No one ever said?
I mean, my parents.
They
definitely was looking at him. But out in, like, we actually went to the same school, and even at school, none of the teachers or administrators or anybody gave him the same eyeballs that they gave me, or, you know, the scoffs or the stares, of course, because he's not per se wearing the scarlet letter. I am. So you can walk around, you know, scotch-free. Nobody's going to be paying attention to you. It's not always the first thing they notice about you that you're a teenage father. But no matter what, especially while I'm pregnant, that's the first thing they're going to see.
Right. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry. Let's go back again.
That's okay.
As far as you and with a brand new baby, you told me a little bit about parties. I want to know about party situations. Like when she was maybe 1 or so, how was that whenever you went to a party?
She went with me. So at that point we lived in Germany, and the way that the housing is set up over there, they have attics and basements. So a lot of times we would have parties in the basements, like birthday parties, kickbacks or whatever. Well, they call them kickbacks now, but so I would just take her with me. If I'm going to hang out, everybody knew that stroller was coming with me. Unless it was like late, then I'm like, Grandma, can you watch the baby so I can go to the party? But for the most part, if I left, Mara left.
Okay. You have more than one child.
I do now, yes.
And how old were you when your second child came?
Oh, you can make me do math. 19.
Okay.
I want to say I was 19 because I had just graduated high school. I actually found out I was pregnant with her right after we graduated. But by this time, I was married. I got married at 18. So she was a baby of playing in love. Okay.
And so they don't have the same father?
No.
Okay. Now, for you to have been married at the age, now, see, again, y'all, marriage is hard. That I know about, okay? It's hard. Okay, sorry, I had to get it out. So with marriage being as hard as it is, and you getting married at the age of 18, how did you balance that? Because now you're a mother of 2 and a wife. There's a lot that comes with motherhood and wifehood. So how did you balance that?
Some days better than others. So I don't know. Like when I think about it, sometimes I feel like, oh, this was so hard. And then other times I think about it, it was easy. It was natural. Like it was easy to be a wife and be a mom. Some days it just wake up and get it done. But I guess mentally being young and feeling like I could be doing something else, or do I want to do something else? You kind of don't get to make the options to put it all away and move on to something new because it's here. You're stuck in it. So,
What's the age difference between you and your ex-husband?
yeah, nothing really. What, a year? Because I just turned 36. He is 36. He'll be 37 in November. So yeah, just a year.
Okay. So how did you balance? Because here's the thing. Let's be real here. As a parent, I mean, I'm sorry, as an 18-year-old, your parent is still parenting you.
Absolutely.
Because, okay, I mean, you have a 22-year-old, right? When she was 18, you were still parenting this child.
We're always parenting. It's never over.
It's never over. So how did you manage parenting your child and still being parented at the same time and being a wife?
Honestly, not so well. Me and my mom bumped heads a lot at that, like probably like 17 to 22-ish. It was just like, girl, I want you to tell me what to do. I got this. Like, I'm somebody's mama and somebody's wife. Like, chill out. Like, so if we did do a lot of bumping of the heads, but I got to that part of life where I was like, you know what, girl, you don't know what you're doing, and you need your mama. So just calm down a little bit.
Okay, so how did that change?
Just getting into life a little bit more. And then when we first got married, we stayed with my mom. And then my ex-husband joined the military and we moved to Texas. And then so that was like, wait, this is life. Like, you got to pay your car note, you got to pay rent, you got to pay your electricity, you got to get your own groceries. Ain't nobody gonna cook these groceries when you buy them. So, like, did you check the mailbox today? When was the last time I checked the mailbox?
Oh, honey, I do that now.
Right, but those are things that you don't think about because your mama checked the mailbox. So you're not checking the mailbox. It'd be the simple things. Like, do you have a pair of scissors? Girl, no, I don't. Because who buys scissors at the store?
Wow. Those are things you really don't think. I mean, because we all have them. We all do, we all adults. But you don't think about it when you're that age because, wow, that's something so minor.
Right. So those were the things when I left the house that made me realize, like, okay, I kind of do need my mom because I didn't know I needed to buy all this stuff. I thought it just came with the house.
Yes, come with the house. Yes, everything. What was that turning point, though, where you were just like, I do need my mother. I do value. It's not even I need my mother because you always think your mother, right? I value what my mother has been trying to instill in me all this time. What was that time?
To use it.
But what was that one day? Because we all have that one day that we can look back and say, you know what? Oh, damn. Thanks, Mom.
To pinpoint a one day, I think it was just the life and the experience at that moment because my mom was active duty at the same time as my ex-husband. So it was usually just me. And then I took on my sister as well. So I had my two at that time. And then my sister and my grandmother, she lived with us. So when my mom left, then I had everybody with me. So I think that's when it was just like, okay, yeah, I needed her more than I thought I did. Just waking up every day and having to go through life and try to put it all together without her right there. And she's really not a phone call away because back when, Iraq and Afghanistan first started happening, the contact that you can get with them now, we didn't have that then. So it was just having to try to navigate life and not have anybody to bounce anything off of. I actually got into like a lot of stuff at that point, like with friends and drama and just kind of like, okay, well, we winging it. We're going to see what happens.
When you say a lot of stuff, what does that mean? Give me an example.
Like not being able to call your mom and tell her about what you experienced with somebody. Do you think this is right? You think this is wrong? Are they treating me right? Are they like, does this make sense? So me just making excuses for people. I ended up in friendships with people that never meant me any good. But of course, we always have mama there as the sounding board. Like, I don't like your little friend. You need to watch her. But I didn't have I didn't like your little friend. You need to watch her. So I was just like, okay, well, my friend cool. But she wasn't. So, or having to try to learn new things and finding somebody that I could trust enough to ask those things. So a lot of times, like I said, I was just winging it. Like, I'm gonna figure it out on the fly and we'll see what happens. Like Suge Avery said, stand back and see what color the wall is today. Oh, Sophia. Who said that? Sophia about Suge? Sophia said about Suge.
We're going to have to make sure that, because we want to keep you your card. And so we need to make sure that you with your card, you know who each person is. So I'm just, yeah. I want to make sure you keep your card.
That's my mama right there, y'all.
Oh, hey, mama. In fact, so I just want to put it out there. I am inviting people, if you all have any personal questions that you would like to ask this amazing human, all you have to do is click that link where it says HTTP StreamYard.
Yeah, come on, y'all. I got my blanket. I was ready for girl talk.
She's like, I was ready. So I want to know, as far as your life situation, truth be told, give me the dirty. If there was a young lady right now who has gone through, who is possibly going to go through the same thing that you're going through, what would you tell her?
It's not the end. That was the sentiment from every adult. This is the end. You've ruined your life. You're never going to be able to, etc., etc. There was no encouragement. Nobody said, people make mistakes. It's okay. You can get through it. We're here. We support you. It was always I can't believe you did this. And how could you? And you just ruined your life. You're never going to be able to do this. You're never going to be able to do that. And that's not true. I didn't ruin it. I literally did the things that I wanted to do. I could have done more than what I did. But, my mom was always like, I'll watch the baby. You can go to college. I'll watch Mara while you go to college. You can do this. I'll take care of Mara. But I was like, Mom, it's my baby. I'm going to take care of her. So, I could have did more, but I wanted to be a mom that actually, I didn't want to be the stereotypical teenage mom that you had this baby. Now you passed it off to your mama and she's raising it. That's your little sister. That's not your baby. No, this is my baby. I take care of her. I groom her. I care for her. I teach her. This one belongs to me. I taught her how to read, how to count, how to know her colors, so I would just tell you that it's not the end. You didn't ruin anything. You just have to pivot. That's it.
Can I tell you how much I appreciate that part? The reason that I created Ugly Girl Talk was because of that very reason. Or ugly, my apologies. Ugly and then Ugly Girl Talk. We fall. For some reason, whenever we fall as adults, people say stay down. Yes. Or people say, or people, before you even have a chance to fall, people say, no, it's not going to work, so don't try. I'm glad that your life has been so amazing. Looking at where you are today, I can honestly say I appreciate you, and I appreciate the life that you have lived, even though personally, I'm sorry, I can't say I wasn't there. We just met, 2 years ago?
It has been 2 years. Woo! Yeah. That was me.
We'll talk about you later. A little less than 2 years, and to know a little bit about your story is amazing to me, because I'm like, so many people are always being told stay down, and you're like, no, I'm gonna rise up. And at the same time of me rising up, I'm going to make sure that my children see me rise up.
Right. Absolutely.
That's amazing. Now, what I will say, though, I do want to add this for the mothers that have had to hand their babies to the grandmothers, or whatever the case is. Listen, nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing.
There's nothing wrong with it. Whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that baby has the best life that baby needs to have, and also that you need to have the best life that you need to have. See, Wendy Williams said something, and I'm sorry, y'all. I love me some Wendy. Here, Wendy. Um, Miss Wendy Williams. Hey, baby. Miss Wendy said that you live your life. The baby fits in where the baby fits in. And the reason that she said that is because the child needs to see you live.
Absolutely.
When children see that your whole life revolves around their lives, unfortunately, they end up growing up in a way where they can't see life without somebody doing any and everything for them.
Right.
So I can say, watching mothers who are like, I'm living my life, but I'm also raising my children. Kudos to you. Please keep it up. Okay?
Definitely. Because even with that, high school was a thing. I did not like school. I didn't want to go to school. I actually dropped out for like a semester and a half or so. But then I said, I got this baby, and one day she's going to go to high school. And what if she says, I don't like school, I'm dropping out? I cannot, in good faith, encourage her to do something that I couldn't find in myself to do. Like, I have to, at this point now, I have to do everything that will lead by example. So I went to high school, I finished, I graduated with honors. And then, so when it was her turn, we were going through the same thing. Like, Mom, I'm over it. I don't want to go. I was like, oh, no, baby. You don't get that option because I went. Now you got to finish it. So we graduated that one too. So, you know, right. You have to, look, she almost did. You have to lead by example. Like, everything that I do it so that they can see me be a person, see me succeed, and know that you can do something. You can do whatever you want to do.
You can do whatever you want to do. So as far as your relationship as it relates to your children, so there are three.
There's three. A 22-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, and a 12-year-old who will be 13 on the 5th of October, a boy.
Come through. Happy birthday, nephew. How has your relationship evolved as it relates to your children over the years?
It's definitely gotten better. So of course, like I just telling my mom today, parenting Mara as a teenager, I feel like I had it. Like, I got this. I got this in the bag. I know how to feed it. I know how to put his diaper on. Like, I can take care of this, baby. Look at this. You know, dress it up. It looks nice. It's so cute. Do her hair. I knew my colors. I know 2 + 2. So we got this in the bag. It was when I got in my 20s that parenting was like, oh snap, I don't quite know this, because now she's a person and I have to start teaching her life lessons and then making decisions about what's good for her, what's not good for her. Should you do this? Can you do this? Like, so that's when it kind of became a thing for me. And of course, because, you know, in your early 20s, you're trying to figure yourself out. You're at that new part of life where you've changed to another person. And so this new person was a little rowdy. So I wasn't all the way with Jesus yet then. So my parenting tactics were a little hood. And so it was learning to show my love gently, if I can say it like that. Like, you don't have to whoop them. You ain't got to be yelling at them, cussing them out, abusing them to get the point through, to get the message to them. Like, I really could have just sat down and had a conversation with you, or I could have gave you a different perspective. So that changed, because now I know how to talk to them versus at them. And that made a huge difference in my relationships with them.
Okay. My mother and my father, I love them. Let me make this very clear. They talked at me all the time. So as it relates to your mother and her parenting style, and you and your parenting style, how do they differ?
How does that differ? My mama used to pop me in my mouth every chance she got. I think she didn't like my lips or something. It had to.
Well, she's on here. Come on and let us know.
Yeah, mama, was it my lips that you didn't like? Why would you always smack me? No, I had a smart mouth for real though. I had a real slick mouth growing up. But my mama she taught us a lot of stuff, but really she just kind of like spent time with us. She was not the Cosby parent where you have all these little colloquialisms and sayings that my mama always said or my mama always told me. But we got to see her live her life. So then I could go with well, I saw my mama do this, so I'm gonna do it like this, or I saw my mom, so then we were able to kind of feel out life like that. So she was a lead by example parent too. Like, I'm just gonna get it done and we're gonna make it happen.
I noticed a lot about you. You are very much an open book.
Sometimes I have to be like, girl, you can't tell everything. Because I'll say it out. I don't care. You can ask me whatever.
So, well, being that open book, has that got you in any trouble?
Yes, because everybody can't handle it. Some of your truths are hard for other people. I don't know if it's because they see themselves in those truths and they can't believe that you would say something like that, or I didn't like how you were talking, smart mouth. See, I knew it. Or they're offended that you're confident enough in yourself and who you are to say what that truth is. But yeah, sometimes just being too honest is really offensive to people. It makes them upset, makes them uncomfortable.
How has that been when it comes to your children and your relationship with them?
They always say, Mama, you're doing too much. That's what they say to me. You're doing too much. But also it helps because I don't really have a hard time teaching them things, because what me and their father always wanted for them was to know that we were people. A lot of children, I learned, don't know anything about their parents. You know their name, you might know where they were born, their birthday, but you don't know anything about them. You just know they parents, and that's it. This is my mom and my dad. They take care of me. They buy the food. They pay the rent. I never wanted them to feel like we were just their parents, but like we're literally people. We have lived a life. We have been through things, and I can share experiences with you. I don't have to just talk at you or pretend like I never made a mistake or I wasn't a person that went through stuff. Like, I shared the nitty gritty with my kids. Even Mara, we've had the conversations of how I felt as a teenage mom with her and dad, just like, girl, ooh, some days, but we overcame it. We're here. And I think it's important to share that kind of stuff with your children. Like, I don't mind, because they need to know that you are a person. How could they feel comfortable trusting and confiding in and coming to a parent who they see as a robot?
Oh, say that. Say that again. Please say that again.
How can they feel comfortable trusting and confiding and coming to a parent that they see as a robot? They don't think you understand. And that's the number one thing that teenagers say about their parents. They don't understand me. But they don't think you understand because you never told them you were a teenager. You make it seem like you've been 26 this whole time. You always had a job. You always had money in the bank account. I had my life together. I take care of you and your siblings. And baby, no, I didn't have nothing together. Honey, listen.
Ma'am.
This morning I didn't have it together when I woke up. I figured it out around 12:30.
And even then, I was like, let me go back to sleep because I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired, and I need a nap.
And that's okay.
And a blankie. Show your blankie, honey. I need that blankie. Okay. No, but I'm just saying, like, I appreciate that part when it comes to children and raising children. It's funny because I have amazing nephews. I have an amazing niece. She's actually pregnant right now. She'll be dropping that baby any day. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, Haley, if you're on here. And I have amazing nephews, and it's just funny how listening to their parents tell them how when I was your age, I never had this problem. I'm like, yo, I know, I knew you when you were that age. You were more jacked up than this human right here. So please stop telling them that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and I'll tell my nephew, listen, this is how I was when I was that age. I had issues. Okay, they're real. Stop telling these humans that everything was perfect when it wasn't, because that gives them a bar that they'll never, ever, ever be able to reach. So the fact that you said that, that's something that I appreciate. Hey, baby.
Not only a bar that they'll never be able to reach, but that also makes them feel like they're flawed. Because if
Well,
nobody around me experienced this and I'm the only one going through something like this, what's wrong with me?
Here's the thing, they are flawed. And what we need to also teach them is being flawed is it's okay because we're all flawed. Like nobody is perfect. There's like no perfection. It does not exist. And so if we are not perfect, then we have to learn from all of our imperfections. We have to learn that our imperfections make us perfect. Oh, I just love that you're saying this. I do. I really do. So I want to know, what's your biggest mistake as it relates to your children? And I'll just start real quick before you go there. My mother, when I was a baby, she was trying to give me my vitamins, and she shot the vitamins, the liquid. So she shot the vitamins in my throat. She was trying not to get me to really pay attention because I guess it was nasty, and I stopped breathing. And so for her, it was like, oh my gosh, like pretty much I'm killing my baby. I turned blue. Like it was a thing, honey. I turned blue, like damn near died. But I'm here. And so she made a mistake trying to take care of me because I'm sorry to say this, people make mistakes even trying to do the best things with the best intentions.
Right.
So what was the biggest mistake that you made that you were able to learn from and will possibly one day teach your children?
Never taking time to wind down. I didn't take enough time to breathe. And so I carried a lot of things, a lot of stress, a lot of weights. And then those things became their issues because I didn't take enough time to breathe. So I would have taken more time to realize that it's okay to think about me. It's okay to take a moment. It's okay to take a day. It's okay to say I need help or I don't have this. That would have, I think that would have prevented a lot of things that came up later that we had to deal with, issues and conversations that were real tough that we didn't even have to be there if I just would have took some time to detox and wind down.
Okay. What would that, so okay, for the next mom, right? For the next you, what does that look like?
Okay, so we're a generation of self-care, protect your peace, don't let nobody enter. Okay, that's cute. We say it and everybody's like rah, rah, rah about it. But sometimes it's simple and sometimes it's complex. Sometimes your wind down is polishing your toes. But sometimes you need to go to therapy.
Ooh.
Sometimes you can pick up the pillow and scream. But sometimes you might need to take those meds they prescribe because you need to learn how to get a hold on to what you're going through. Like, it's such a wide thing that you can do. But if you can't do the big one, just start with the small one. Get up 30 minutes early and breathe. The other day it rained here. Actually, it was my birthday. It rained on my birthday morning. And I was like, man, I'm trying to go to Arts and Hearts. It's raining.
Wait. So for those of you who don't know, in the Augusta, Georgia, Arts in the Heart is a big festival that they have that is where a lot of artists will come out, visual artists will come out and like have different paintings, different
They had
art,
sun
black
gazers,
art,
they had waist beads, earrings, like literally everything.
everything. Then they have separate stages, so they have different types of music all over, different types of food from all over the country. It's a big deal down to the Augusta.
It
Okay,
is.
please
So
continue.
I was trying to go to Arts in the Hearts. It was raining. I said, they're probably going to cancel it because the field going to be soggy. But I said, you know what? I'm going outside. And I went outside and I took off my shoes. I had on my pajamas still. I was in my pajamas, in my robe. And I went outside and played in the rain. And I splashed all around that yard. And then my 16-year-old came out and she did a whole slip and slide down the side of the house in the rain and in the grass. And we just had a good old time. And that was...
You know, what that's telling me is never take yourself too serious.
Never.
Never. It's telling me that nature is important.
It is. Nature is really important.
Nature is, yeah, nature is it. What did I say about that? Nature is where it's at.
We're the cool kids hug trees.
No, listen, I'm down for tree hugging. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you ever see me hugging a tree, you can look at me sideways if you want to, honey. But I'm getting and giving all the energy that I need. Amen.
Or
Amen.
come back and hug. You better hug it after me because that's a good tree. It's got me on it.
I love it. Yes. But I'm getting so much from that, and the fact that your child went out and was like, I'm gonna have a slip and slide, lets me know that they also feel the same way and they're seeing the amazingness in you. So I'm glad that you had that experience, and I wish more of us would have it. I remember back in the day, my friends and I used to literally go out and act a damn fool out in the rain. And it was the best experience because the energy just changed everything. It's so cleansing.
It's cleansing, yes. We've done it plenty. Listen, me and my crew, we just do whatever we feel, and sometimes it don't make sense. So we lived in Fort Stewart, Hinesville, and down there in South Georgia, they get the residuals from the hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
So we on lockdown. It's a hurricane coming. The winds are up. Tree branches are falling. And we are literally outside in the middle of the road recreating the scene from You Got Served when they were dancing in the rain. So
anybody got it on camera? Anybody got any video?
I think there is video. Mara, you got that video, girl? She the one that always got the video. Yeah, we literally in the middle of the road.
But it's necessary. Like things like that are really necessary. And I also bring up childhood, in that when we were children, we were our authentic selves. And for some reason, when we become adults, we are always showing our representative. It's funny now when people meet me, they think that I'm my representative. I'm like, I promise you, this is 100% me. All of my craziness and everything else, because I had to learn how I needed to learn how to be authentically me.
And that goes back to that motherhood thing. You didn't think it was okay to show your authentic because that's what we're taught. Mm-hmm. Make your clothes. Okay, so the 16-year-old, she never wanted to do her hair. And she never wanted to match her clothes. She literally, till this day, will tell you that her hair is a bird's nest. And she don't, like, if there's something in there, she don't want you to pick it out. Like, she herself, okay, that one, she do her own thing. So she would go to school, her hair be all over her head, her clothes don't match. She got on pink cowboy boots and something else. And Mara would get so mad. Mommy, you gonna let her go out looking like that? You gonna let her go to school like that? And I would ask her, do you feel good in what you have on? if somebody talks about you, is it going to make you sad and cry? And she would say, yes, I feel good. And no, I don't care if they talk about me. Well, go. I don't care. That's what you want to wear. That's how you feel good today. You do it. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. So, yes, I definitely wanted them to be whoever. However, it don't matter. You don't got to shrink to make those other people feel comfortable. But we weren't taught that. We were taught that there's a way to act outside the house, to be professional, sit up straight, make sure your clothes are all together, make sure you use a good talking tone. Like, okay, yes, ma'am, would you please give me some more water? Not, yeah, let me get some water. I want that. Like, why I gotta say it like that?
Because what you just said is so 100% true. Honey, it is real true. Okay. We have been taught to be representatives from the way we're supposed to answer the phone, to your point, from the way we see our parents go to work. Because what did they say before they went to work? Oh, God. I now feel like going here. Damn it this, damn it that, blah, 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 woo, woo.
Go up in here and deal with evil. Mama, not the pink. Don't do her pink cowboy boots. She actually just asked for another pair a couple of weeks ago. So they coming back.
Now I want to see these pink cowboy boots, please and thank you.
I'll make sure you see them.
To put it out there, so I think I told you a while ago, my bonus mom, and I say my bonus mom, my best friend since I was 5 years old, her mom passed away.
Yes.
My mother and her mother were best friends. So she was an addition to my mom, right? So my mom has always been this very prim and proper person. Hi, Mom, if you're watching.
Hey, Mom.
Love my mother. My mother's flipping awesome. She's adorable, and you just want to pick her up and blow in her belly. My best friend's mom was one of those people who was just like, be you in every way, shape, and form. So I will never forget this. I will never forget. But Sears, did you all have Sears down here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there was this mall called Landover Mall down to the Landover, Maryland. And it was Landover Mall was like the coolest mall, one of the coolest malls in Prince George's County, Maryland. And I wanted to do my own hair. So I would put it up in this, like, I dream of Genie gold thing, because I had hair in one. I know, contrary to popular belief, there was hair. It was very long. Okay, so I had this big thing on top of my head and the hair coming out, but it was so long that it was still like flowing over and you couldn't see the big gold thing. So I put a whole bunch of like rubber bands to put it even higher. Looking back, I looked a hot mess, but at the time you could not tell me anything.
And nobody shouldn't have.
Hey, ma'am. And she goes, we're going to the Sears. And I said, okay. She goes, and is that how you're doing your hair? Yes, ma'am. She goes, do you like it? Yes, ma'am. She goes, and that's how you will go down to Sears.
And that's how we going.
Honey, I had every look. And in my head, I'm like, oh, honey, they're looking at me because I am too hard to handle, too cold to hold. You couldn't tell me nothing. Looking back, I was a hot mess, but I appreciate that. I appreciate it because what did it do? It made me not afraid, because now I will go places and look a hot mess. Now, for those of you in the DMV who know, I still to this day try not to walk out the house without makeup on my face. I got that from my grandmother. Thanks, Granny. But other than that, I just never cared. It was like, however my hair was is how my hair was. However my outfit was how my outfit was. This is me. This is who you're going to get. Okay. And then me just being all up in your face. I walk up to strangers, shake hands and kiss babies. I don't care. And I appreciate where it started from. And a lot of it started from that day down to the sea. So the fact that your children see that in you is something that is going to live forever. And it will possibly live through your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren.
Oh, the grandchildren definitely have the fever of just being them.
I'm sorry, what?
The grandchildren? Oh, there's two of those. So Mara, Also, how we say it, survived teenage motherhood. She had her first baby at 16, and then the next one, like 2 years later. I think they're 2 years apart. So we got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. Well, he'll be 3 in December.
What do the babies call you?
Namey.
Say it again.
They call me Namey.
Okay.
They were supposed to call me Tea Lady because we, spent a lot of time in Texas, and in Texas they call their mothers and grandmothers Tea Lady or T Jones. So I wanted to be Tea Lady, but my nephew, I was being country when I picked my name for him, so I had him calling me Name T, and he couldn't say Name T; he would always say Name. And for whatever reason, my oldest grandson picked up Name instead of Tea Lady. So
whatever first one starts. Yeah, whatever the first
one. Light skin stick together kind of thing, because they all light skin.
Do you have something against light skinned people?
I mean, no.
Because if they identify as dark skinned, do you have an issue with that? I'm just asking for a friend.
We know you identify as dark skin. I see the darkness in your skin right now. I can see it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, Lord. Look me in these pink cowboy boots.
Y'all stuck on them cowboy boots now.
Now, I want to ask you last question as far as these amazing babies are concerned. What do you want them to know about you that maybe they don't know?
You know what? That's hard because as we discussed, I'm kind of open bookish, even with them. So they know the dark. They know the rough days, the suicidal days, the depression days. They know the happy and I'm on top of the world, the middles, the in-betweens. I don't think, Mara, you tell your children that you love them. I don't think they understand sometimes the extent of I love you or how much you really love them. So like I would tell them, the feeling of love that you feel that I have for you, then magnify that times 100. And you still didn't get to how much I love you. Like, know that I love you. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Me too. I'm like, oh, look at God. That is beautiful. You love your babies. Okay, so I'm sorry. That was one of those moments where I'm just like, oh.
I thought I was gonna make it through the whole podcast.
Woo. No, we're that's not how this works.
It's not.
That's not how this works. So I know how you feel about your babies. I know the fact that you're an open book. Speaking of open books, I also know that you do a lot of book clubs.
Book club, yes. So I started a book club at the real estate office. I think it's been a little over a year now. We've been doing book club, and that's been dope. So now we're going to take that book club to the online sector. So we are working out an online book club so that we can get on here for some personal growth and self-development. We might add a little smut in there because people like their smut, but like this month we read Crushing It by Gary V.
Vaynerchuk.
Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay. So we've been reading Crushing It, and that book is dope.
Amazing. Yeah.
I learned so much out of the book. So I'm just thinking, why not share it with everybody?
So with sharing it with everybody, please, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, people, and peepettes, make sure that you're following her on all platforms. And you can look right at the bottom of the screen on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure that you're following her so that whenever the information comes out as to where she'll be having the virtual book club, you all will be able to join. I think that's awesome because let's just be real here. A lot of people don't read anymore. And They don't.
I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes people come to the book club and they haven't read the book, but that's why you have a moderator. I read it.
Like I'll give you all the cliff notes.
I got
Um, so I think that is really awesome. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out that I don't think we even talked about a little bit. Listen,
you.
I know, right? Isn't that beautiful? You're going to be in a play.
I am. I'm gonna be in a play.
Tell me about this play, Chair.
Okay, so it's called. Oh, hold on. Let me go get y'all a little flyer.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she is going to get the flyer. While she's on her way to get the flyer, please make sure that you all hit that like button, hit that share button, tell all your friends about this, because I'm sure that there was information that you have gotten from today's podcast. So please, again, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Oh, neighbors.
Can we see this? The Neighbors Next Door.
Talk to me about it. What is it about? Or
about your neighbors next door. That we don't do neighboring like we used to. And so you don't ever know what's going on at your neighbor's house.
Oh.
You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what they're experiencing. And sometimes you got the nosy neighbors who think they know. They got it all misconstrued. So we're going to show y'all how the neighbors get down. So we're at the Imperial Theater on October the 14th.
Which is in Augusta, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen.
Georgia. At 7 p.m. for the Neighbors Next Door. It's a Ready or Not production. Nikki Shova Williams is the writer. Our Stu Boo in the office is the director of the play, Stuart Brooks, and I'm super, super excited. It's my first production since I got kicked out of the last one. So this time I get to do it.
I mean, listen, I don't think that they would have an issue with you being pregnant now. I'm praying that the churches, especially in this area, are not the same way that they used to be. But now you've grown. You might look young, honey. Okay, well you still are.
36. She's 36.
Look at me. You still are young, but I'm just saying you don't even look 36. Amen. You need to get some hearts just for that one. So we got the play coming up. We got the book club. What are you working on in real estate?
Real estate is booming, y'all. I'm working on a home buyer's workshop though with real estate.
Okay. So is it going to be a virtual thing or is it in the office?
It's in the office. It's going to be face to face. We're going to get that one and then we'll see y'all on the virtual. See what we can do for y'all internationally. Because I'm internationally known. We talked about that at the booth.
So, and with you being a real estate agent, also to the point of you being internationally known, people are able to, if they have questions. So let's say they're in California, let's say that they're in Texas or whatever the case is, and they still want to purchase a home, they can contact you in order to purchase said home. Reason being, you're able to refer them to an agent that you work with. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please get with her and make sure, again, you follow her on all platforms and ask any of the questions that you need to ask as it relates to what? The real estate. Look at God. Now, I want to get into this designer thing, honey. This is, let me tell you why. I can't design anything to save my life. I can't dress myself. No, seriously, I can't make this up. So Alan Cottrell, I don't know if he's watching, but Alan Cottrell in the DMV has dressed me for years, okay? Years. This man knows my size. He designs the outfit. He sews the outfit. He's amazing. I don't know how to dress myself, right? So that's clothing. As it relates to my home, this is probably the only artwork that I have on my walls. I don't have artwork on my walls. Shout out to Andy's Art Gallery for framing this. But yeah, shout out to Trail for my wall. But I'm telling you, when I say drama, as it relates to anything design in any capacity, I'm not it. So my question to you is, when it comes to designing events, and I do events, ask me if I can design anything.
The little tablecloth, a couple of centerpieces, use some hot glue, some diamonds and rhinestones,
Right.
flowers.
You see I'm looking at you because none of that would.
Couple placemats and glasses.
The only thing that I can design, and so I'm sorry, I want to put my little.
Go ahead, come on.
Thing I can do is you know, the rooms that people jump when they're getting married.
Mm-hmm.
I design those, and I do a very good job of it. That's the only thing that I can design. So you can set up homes, you design homes, you design event spaces. So whenever people are having an event, you can not only put the event together, but completely transform the room. Am I correct?
Yes.
So walk me through one of your most amazing events and how you were able to transform the room.
The most amazing was a baby shower, one of the NDA baby showers. But plenty of tables, plenty of tablecloths, plenty of decorations. You're talking about drapery, photo booths. There was actually a whole, what do you call them? Like the viewing cases, the glass cases that you put stuff in, decorations.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Was it like a whole tribute to the baby inside of there with like baby shoes and letters that were custom designed by me for baby. I almost said her name.
But we do know that the baby is a girl.
For the celebrity baby. So that one was real dope. Lots of faces in the plays. It was real fun. Okay. And she was very grateful.
Okay. Anything, what is your specialty?
Specialty? I think the events are more my specialty than the home design. Okay. I'm like, getting that train chugging. I got some clients already on the books. So we're perfecting it. I'm redoing my house. And it's hard to do your own stuff because, you're a little bit more picky than the clients are because it's mine. So I got like so many different pictures and things that I bought. And I'm like, oh, let's put this. No, let's. But it's all in the good fun. Like, I love the shopping, the hunt of it all, putting all the colors and the palettes together. Like, yeah, it's exciting. But I think events is where my sweet spot is.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and are there any specific type of events that if you had your way, you would be able to, you would do those every day?
I think more of the birthday parties and baby showers versus the weddings, because weddings are real intense. But the way they doing the birthday parties and the baby showers nowadays, listen.
They're very intense too, because
they're getting real wedding-ish with those too.
They are. Oh my God. Look, say that louder for the people in the back.
Yes. Like me and Mara go all out for the kids' birthday parties. We done had a rodeo western. We done had, what did Nasir have?
I'm sorry, who?
Nasir, the grandbaby. My bad. Oh. The oldest grandbaby. He had another kind of party that was a huge theme. Oh, PJ Masks. She bought a tent and everything. We decorated the whole tent, all kinds of desserts. And so, like, yeah, we do big parties. I don't care if we don't go nowhere. I'm going to do a birthday party. I'm going to put some balloons up. I'm putting some decorations on the table. You're going to think we had a whole party for 2 people.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And you're right. She is the specialty. Her energy is everything.
I
love it. Is there anything that you would like to leave the people with?
I know it sounds real cliche, but lead with love. Lead with love. Be you. Be true to that. And whatever the you is for that day, that's okay. You're not going to be the same you every single day. Some days you have more of you to offer than you do on other days. Some days you're more clear about who you are in that day than you are on other days. And it's okay. As long as every day you are coming with the best version of you that you have in that moment, come on, come with it. The people who are for you, they'll be there. The people who are not, they will drift away. Sometimes we will mourn those losses, but we'll live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you being here for more reasons than you could probably imagine. But I think hearing everything that you're saying and hearing everything that you're not only bringing to your children, but hopefully the people who are on here took from what you're saying. And I'll tell you what I took from it.
Okay.
I took love who you are. I took fall and get back up. I get you, that wasn't a failure. It was your, it was a part of your ebbs and flows. I took from it, stop being a representative and be authentically you.
Be it.
And so if I'm hoping that a lot of other women not only took that, but took more. And I just want to sincerely thank you for being here. And I just can't wait to see who you are going to be in the next however many years.
Who knows where we might end up?
Yeah, listen. I love you all. I'm not lying. Be beautiful. Be blessed. Please continue to be as ugly as possible. Understand God loves you. Be ugly. Understand God loves you. Make sure you follow me on all platforms at April Sampay. Make sure that you follow damn near everything. Just follow me everywhere, damn it. I love
Follow
you.
it. Follow it.
Yes, please. I love
Free
you.
Richard.
Not this time. Be beautiful. Be blessed. Be ugly. Bye.